Hey Aries, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at love, looking at past versus new love. Okay, so seeing what wants to come out. If you are currently connected to somebody, you will probably be able to determine whether that person fits in with the past energy, or if it is a brand new connection, it's probably going to show up in the newer future energy. Okay. But sometimes we're seeing a bit of a blend going through as well. So we'll see what sort of comes out for everybody. Please like and subscribe to the channel as well. Just a super small channel. Every single subscription really does mean a lot to me. So thank you so much for all your support so far. When we have last time I checked there, we were sitting on 98 subscribers. So when we do hit that 100 mark, I will be drawing that free personal reading. So if you want to enter that, last sort of chance to enter that there by leaving a comment on one of my videos, and let me know if the reading resonates for you. But today we are using, I've got 4 decks here today. So we're starting off with your energy. We'll be looking at through the Voice of the Souls Oracle. Then we move into that past love energy. I do have the Dreaming Lenormand. For the new/future energy, we do have the Scrying Ink Lenormand, as well as sort of looking at outcomes and extra messages with the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle. Okay, beginning sort of straight on into it for you, Aries. Firstly, like I said, having a look at your energy. Okay, what does Aries need to know in regard to love, please? Okay, this particular deck, majority of the deck is, sort of topic related, but there are a few message cards in here, and I have received 2 message cards for you, so I'm just going to grab another one for you, Aries. Okay, what does Aries need to know about love, please? Okay, so those 2 message cards I have for you here, Aries. The first one is the free message card. Okay, so that kind of does let us know with that free message card. This kind of does talk about, there's a message that is trying to get through to you, Aries, that you, for some reason, you're not perceiving that message at the moment. So the free message aspect is kind of like that message that's there, and it's, you intuitively know what that message is, but for some reason you're not actually picking up on that, or listening to that for some reason. Okay, Aries. So that's something where I do sort of recommend things like meditation. Those sort of spirit guide meditations can be really useful to understand the messages that you are receiving. Taking notice of things like signs and synchronicities that are happening around you. So if you're seeing repeated numbers, actually taking notice of how you're feeling when you're seeing those numbers. If you are, sort of a lot of things reminding you of a specific thing or a specific person, it is kind of a message trying to get through to you that, there's a reason that you keep, seeing things that remind you of that person, or that thing, or that event in your life. Okay, so there's a message trying to come through in regard to something for you, Aries, but for some reason we're seeing you not sort of paying attention to that, I kind of feel. The other one we have here, which is the one that I have sort of mostly sort of aimed to clarify with that third card, we do have a message of warning. Okay, so there is something that Spirit is trying to warn us about, that if we do sort of keep ignoring this message that they're trying to get through to you, that there is a warning sort of coming through with that, and it is a warning in regard to loss. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that vibe of, for some of you this may be, you know um a message of warning that there will be some sort of physical loss in your reality. So, I don't want to go ahead and say that, loss of a person or anything like that. I don't want to sort of go that far, but it could be losing someone from your life, in some way, or losing an aspect of something that you're wanting to hold on to. Okay, so that it's kind of letting us know that if we continue down this path where we are ignoring the messages that are trying to come through to us, that we will be facing some sort of a loss, something that's going to feel like a loss. Okay, so for some of you, this definitely could be a lot of different things here, but we are ultimately looking at a love reading, so it is going to be a loss that usually, with a love reading, it's going to be some sort of warning that, you may be at risk of losing something that you hold close to your heart, whether that be a person, an actual love interest, whether that be, even finances sometimes can come through that, if you're about to, lose money on something, sometimes that can come through depending on, how it relates to that closeness within your heart space. Okay, but we'll see if there's anything that comes through with that in regard to the past or new love energy specifically, because it usually, if we're seeing a message like that, it does sort of clarify itself out and let us see a little bit more information about what that message is that you need to sort of heed, that warning that you need to sort of listen to avoid the loss. Okay, so we'll see, have a bit of a delve into your energy there, Aries. Okay, Aries, past love energy for Aries, please. There we go, Aries. So I do feel as though this may be related to something that is connected to the past love energy for you, okay? Because what I'm kind of seeing here is the snake first and foremost, okay? And it can talk about a lot of different things. This snake energy. A lot of the time, this is, I am feeling for a lot of you that there is a person connected to this energy, even though I'm not seeing any actual people cards as such. I do kind of feel that there is a person attached to this energy, and it does feel as though it's somebody that you are very sort of physically attracted to, sexually attracted to, because the snake can sometimes talk about physical intimacy and that sort of sex kind of stuff. So being very attracted to somebody, because it also holds a lot of desire and passion. Okay, something that you had held a lot of desire towards, a lot of ambition to sort of, I'm getting that vibe of you wanted to possess that you really were very desirous of that, and you wanted to sort of possess that for yourself. You had a strong ambition towards this. I am feeling like it's a person. Okay, but a lot of passion. There was definitely a lot of passion there. So I'm kind of feeling, I'm also getting the Medusa reference today, which is one that doesn't come through very often, but it does sometimes relate to that snake energy, where it's kind of like that vibe of where you feel as though if you look at this person, something about the whole, um, when you look back, it turns you to stone. So I'm kind of getting that it's somehow you feel as though looking back at the passion that you had for this person turns your heart to stone, is kind of where it feels like that, like their hair was, the Medusa story of the Medusa with her hair is snakes, and if you look at her directly on, if you get too close, she'll turn you to stone. And that's kind of what I feel like has happened with this person. It's kind of like you looked too deep into that flame, and it turned your heart to stone. There was, as soon as you got too close to that passion, as soon as you sort of face that passion, it sort of starts to turn your heart to stone in some sense there, Aries. Very interesting energy. Like I said, I don't get that often with that particular card, but it has come through for you today, Aries. But what we're sort of seeing here, the next card we do have is the scythe energy. Okay, so I do feel as though there was some sort of unexpected change, a break from that. So it's kind of that vibe of, yeah, it's that you got too close to the flame, and it kind of, I'm getting that it's feeling very intuitive here, as well today for you, Aries, that I'm getting a lot of intuitive messages in regard to this, and it's kind of that vibe of, um, that fear that if you let this person too close, they're going to turn your heart to stone, or they're and so you kind of made a break for it, made a run for it, suddenly broke away from, as soon as you started feeling like you were getting too close to that person that you did truly desire. You kind of really quickly broke away from that, because this is a very sudden, unexpected change, a sudden break from something. It's kind of that you kind of cut something out really quickly, um, before it could kind of turn you to stone, or you were fearful that it would turn you to stone if you continued to face that desire head on. Look that desire in the eyes, and you were fearful that, if you didn't cut it out, that it had the chance to turn you to stone. So it's a very interesting energy, because I am strongly getting that Medusa message, and Medusa is a goddess as well. So it's kind of that vibe of, part of you really, really was very, very desirous of this. I want to say goddess, regardless of gender with the people there. I'm just getting that sort of strong goddess energy. This person, their hair was snakes, so it may have been somebody with long hair as well. I'm getting that reference coming through heavily, but you've kind of made a bit of a break from it, like a run. It kind of feels like, I'm kind of getting drawn to the idea of the runner chaser dynamic, as well. So you kind of, you saw the snake, and instead of stopping dead and um, you know staring that in the eyes, you made a run for it, and just ran away from the snake, because you did truly desire this snake, but you also knew that it had poison, and it could possibly poison you and turn your heart to stone if you did allow it to get too close. It's kind of like, kind of fearful of the outcome that never was. That snake, it could have been a totally harmless snake, and not actually poisoned you or bit you at all, but you were fearful that it had the potential to, if you let it get too close. Okay, because it's all in all too. We do see the moon coming through as well. So um, you know, it was a very strong. There was a very strong emotional pull to this desire. It was a very emotional desire toward this person. Not just that physical desire, but a very emotional, sort of connection desire there as well. And I'm kind of getting that. Even if, with that sudden break of change, the moon can talk about your intuition as well. So it kind of feels as though, especially with the message of warning of the loss here, and the free message that there's something trying to get through to you. It kind of feels like what's trying to sort of get through to you is that you've broken away from what your intuition was telling you to follow. It is, 'cause I'm kind of getting drawn to the idea that this snake energy somehow is, an energy that you were sort of supposed to um, face rather than run away from. Emotionally, it's kind of put you in this very emotional, sensitive spot when it comes to this passion that it kind of feels as though that maybe is part of the message that you're ignoring there, is the desire, is that you did sort of run away from something that you did truly actually sort of desire there. And that, I'm going to grab the oracle to sort of clarify, or give us a bit of an outcome of what's going on from that past energy. Outcome for Aries with this past energy, please. Outcome for Aries with this past energy. Yeah. So I'm feeling like I'm pretty spot on with how that's come through intuitively there, because what I'm seeing here is, we do have the engagement ring. All right. So that does say engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. So that kind of lets me know that that's what the potential outcome was for you and this snake. Okay. So whoever this goddess Medusa snake person was for you, you may even like you may even actually. I'm just getting that there's a couple of you Aries that may even say that person was a snake. Like you may even have actually said that about this person, that they were a snake. Um, you know, so very interesting. But that was the potential. Okay, there was the potential for that to be the outcome, this partnership, this union, commitment and eternity with you and this snake goddess. Okay, so but what we actually are seeing as the sort of, this is feeling like the more actual outcome was this separation. Okay, so sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So, there is this element that, yeah, that there was this sudden break from this potential outcome, and we have sort of chosen this separation outcome. Flip it as need. This may actually be the way that energy is coming through from the other side, so flip it if necessary, of course, Aries. But it is kind of letting us know that, it, I'm feeling that with that message of warning of the loss, that this may still have that potential to still, that's still coming through as a potential outcome. So it does feel as though, we've got two forks in the road, a bit of a decision there as to whether we're going to, continue to follow this path where we are going to, accept the loss, or whether we are going to, turn back around and face that goddess head on. Look that goddess in the eyes and say, I'm not scared of your poison. Okay. So, free will exists, Aries, but we'll have a look at the future, the new and future energy for Aries. New and future love energy for Aries, please. And I do feel, Aries, that I've been getting sort of very similar kind of messages for you recently in quite a lot of our readings. So I feel as though this may be something that's sort of an ongoing kind of thing. Has this been going on for a while? Let me know in the comments, Aries, if you know that this situation is something you've been sort of facing for a little while there. In the new future energy, we are still seeing that moon energy. Okay, so it's flowing through from that past energy. We are seeing that moon energy in the new and the near future for you. Okay, so your intuition is still trying to tell you something, still trying to get those messages through to you, and it's telling you to sort of, I feel as though this is what I titled last week's video, something about follow your emotions, like, and listening to your emotions or something like that. So there may be something for you in that last week's Aries reading as well. I feel as though this is sort of part of that same message. For a lot of you, this is actually, a continuation of that same message from last week's energy, Aries, especially with the emotional side coming through, that it's sort of asking you to, face your emotions and really follow your intuition, and even if that isn't following the path of logic, that your intuition and your emotions are kind of what's important here for you, Aries. We are seeing the clover as well. So the clover is a very good luck card, good fortune, and it tells us to take a chance, take a risk, take a chance. It's a safe time to gamble on love. Okay, especially with that moon card there, it's actually a safe time for you to be more vulnerable and be more emotional, with yourself and with others, within connections, with even just with yourself. Like I said, I'm feeling for a lot of you that's just within yourself. It's a safe time for you to sort of, take that chance on facing your emotional self, and seeing where that brings you. Okay, because we are also seeing in the future here, we do have the mountain. So I do feel as though, the mountain is an interesting card because it does talk about obstacles, but it also is the Capricorn card. So it does actually talk about hard work and perseverance and, determination paying off, because every mountain that we face as an obstacle or a challenge or a delay in our love life, it is something that is surmountable. You can get over that. It's not like a big solid wall stopping you from ever getting onto the other side of that. Not at all. With a bit of hard work and perseverance, we can climb that mountain, get to the top, and when you're at the top of that mountain, you can see your way clear. You can see the opportunities that that obstacle has actually presented for you. So there may be, I am feeling for some of you that this is actually talking about a reconciliation with this past energy, putting in the hard work to reconcile and putting in that hard work to, because, if we've had some sort of separation, regardless of whether that was amicable or not, there's always, challenges and obstacles that need to be overcome if we do want to reconcile and move forward in the future with that connection. So it's talking about, it's a safe time for you to take a chance to put in that hard work and actually start climbing, Aries. So you guys are very, very stubborn rams that can climb mountains, no dramas, okay? So get to it. Not to tell you what to do, Aries. It is, like I said, free will exists. If that's not something that you do want to reconcile, you are by under no means obligated to do so. Only you know your particular individual situation. I'm just sort of seeing the potential outcomes that we had there, that with that engagement ring, but we'll have a look at the potential outcomes for the new and the future love energy. Potential outcomes for Aries with this new and potential future love energy. You're going to hate me, Aries. If you're someone that is not interested in any sort of reconciliation, I would suggest check your other placements, because we are clearly seeing here that, this is for the Aries that probably are more interested in some sort of reconciliation, who are willing to put in the work in order to get to the other side of that mountain with whoever this goddess is in your particular story there. Like I said before, regardless of gender, I just keep getting the goddess. And I love the word goddess. It's a lovely word. But anyway, so we're seeing in the past energy, we had the engagement ring. Okay, so we did see that as the potential with this this snake energy from the past, and now that's actually progressing in the new and future energy for you, Aries. We do have the love card as well as the wedding rings card. Okay, so that engagement ring has actually turned into wedding rings now. So definitely seeing that there is strong connection possible with this person. Okay, love. We do have the love card. It does say unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. So once again, we're seeing that snake energy again in this love card, that passion, that attraction that you had for this particular snake. Okay, and that wedding rings card. Of course, these engagement ring and wedding rings, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go and get a ring or anything like that, or you have to, you need a ring or anything like that. But it just talks about that coupling, that union, that joining of people, of souls. Okay, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promises. Okay, so I do feel there is the potential for a lot of eternal love, and I'm getting drawn to that song. I've been getting this song so often recently for a whole bunch of different signs, but it's that Eternal Flame by the Bangles. Okay, it's a really old song, but a lovely song, and it really does talk strongly about that passion for someone else as well, because it's got that the fire imagery, that eternal flame that's burning within you for somebody, and that will sort of stay lit eternally, so to speak. So I was just getting drawn to that song once again for you there, Aries. But I really do feel as though this is that message of warning, that if you don't act soon, because that clover is sort of a very sort of soon, short-term energy, but it's kind of letting us know that if you don't act on your true emotions and desires soon, that you may, this message of warning with that loss, you may sort of suffer this loss and make that a permanent loss. So if you do want to reconcile with this person, I suggest some sort of action. Maybe watch the all signs, their next action, and have a look at their sign and see what that sort of says, to give you an inkling as to maybe something, a way that you could go toward that person with action. But I am getting that call to action, a message of warning. Take note of that warning, and really allow those messages to come in for you, Aries, because they're trying to get in there, and for some reason, you have been, you've chosen that scythe energy and that separation energy, but it's left you very emotional, and if it's coming through as a potential loss, obviously, we don't, if we don't care about something, it doesn't feel like a loss when we lose it. Okay, so that's what I have for you today, Aries. But leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you. Always welcome to check your other placements, cross watch those videos, like I said. But hopefully, I'll see you all again soon.